All right, so I want to give you a quick overview of PlusThis. So PlusThis is a library of add-ons for marketing CRMs. So we have created about 20 plus features for HubSpot that allow you to do really helpful things, like if you want to send SMS messages from HubSpot. Maybe you have clients that use Zoom and they want to be able to run their webinars using HubSpot to send the emails and register them and follow up with them based on if they watched the webinar, if they attended, or if they didn't attend, right? We also have video triggers, which are pretty cool. These let you tag people or put them into different contact lists based on how long they watched your videos. So you can follow up with people who actually watch all of a video differently from people who watch only a part of a video. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of features in here. I'll just scroll through them really quickly. I won't spend a lot of time on them. But you can see there's a lot in here that they get access to when they get PlusThis. So it all comes together. It's not an a la carte thing right now, but you get access to everything once you're in here. All right, so the other part of this, just to show you really quickly, is once you set up a few features, you can go to your Configure Features tab. You can see them right here. Makes it really convenient if you ever needed to change their settings, tweak like a countdown timer, for example, if you want to change what it looks like. Really easy to come back in, make your changes, and it goes live in your emails, on your website, wherever you're using our features. So that's a quick overview of PlusThis, and I hope this helps. Okay, so this is what your HubSpot PlusThis account will look like when you log into it. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to connect to a HubSpot account. So if we go to Manage Account, we can go to Account Integrations, and we can add an integration with HubSpot. So because I'm already logged in with HubSpot, it's really easy for it to find my account, and I can go ahead and just pick one I want. Let's go with this one, and it's going to request permission. You click Grant Access, and that's it. You're all set. So from here on out, you can go ahead and start setting up your features and be able to start playing around with PlusThis without having to do this step ever again. So it's really nice, works once, and you're done. Okay, so I'm going to show you a quick demonstration of two PlusThis features. We're going to do a countdown timer with a date calculator. What's cool about this kind of campaign or a workflow is that we can make a countdown timer that will count down to an evergreen date. So it could be like 3 days after someone enrolls with a form or clicks on some kind of link or takes some kind of action. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to use PlusThis to calculate what 3 days in the future looks like. And then we're going to store that property, and then we're going to be able to then send an email with a countdown timer in it. And in the email itself, we can also mention what that date is in the future for when this offer would expire. So it might say like Friday, January 31st, for example. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into PlusThis, and we're going to set up our date calculator field to calculate what 3 days in the future from filling out a form might be. So we're going to use the date when a feature is used. That will trigger when that webhook is hit. And then we're going to add 3 days, and we're going to store that in a property here. And then in this one, we want to actually format what that looks like in a human format. So we have a human version right here, human expiration date, that will store it in for that. Then we just give this a name. Save it. And then we copy the webhook URL, go back to HubSpot, go ahead and paste it in there, save it. All right, so we got our webhook. It's going to wait a minute so it can run everything it needs to, and then we're going to have an email go out. So in this email, I'm going to make a couple edits so we can have a countdown timer added to it, and we can also have it say when that the offer expires too. That matches with 3 days in the future for each individual that goes through it. So let's go to our PlusThis feature, and if we look at where we stored that human date, we should be able to pull that up in into HubSpot. So let's go back to the email here, and we're going to edit, and the offer expires on, go to personalization token, and we're going to look for that human expiration date field we set, inserted. So now anyone that comes through this is going to get their own personal expiration date inserted here. All right, all we need to do next is get a countdown timer to appear and put a link to the offer with the countdown timer on the page. So to make the countdown timer, now that we have a date we want to use, we're going to make the actual countdown timer. So we go back to PlusThis, we can go find the countdown timer, go add feature. We're going to do it based on a date and time found in the contacts field. And we have our PT date test. You can set a time, we'll say 3:30. And we'll do a time zone, let's do Eastern. So it'll be 3:30 on that date, 3 days in the future. Or you can do like 11:59 or whatever's good for yours. Here you have some styling options you can do. And then down here, we're just going to give a name. All right, and then for the builder, we're just going to copy this, go back to our email, and if we just go here, we can go ahead and go to the source code and just put it above the introduction. We'll save that, and now we have our countdown timer. The last thing we need is to set it up for our landing page. So let's go edit a landing page for this. I've already got a template ready. We just need to put in the countdown timer now. So this is just a custom HTML block. I'm going to go back to PlusThis to get the code for the website. Copy that. Go in here, paste it, and then we'll apply. Cool. All right, so that's going to store it here when that runs. And then we go ahead and update it. All right, awesome. So the last thing we just need to do is when we go from PlusThis, we need to add this to the link to that landing page. So in Hubspot, when we get to this email, we're going to have this link to that Hubspot landing page. So we're going to go to our pages, this one here, and then we're going to add a little email snippet from PlusThis so that we can know who it was that went to this page and sync their countdown timer with it. So I'll add the link, and then this looks good to me. Let's go ahead and publish it. Saving it for automation, update. All right, so now the email is updated in the workflows. So everything should be set. So the last thing we want to do is go ahead and make a contact that we can just push into this. And so let's create a contact. Let's do price plus HubSpot demo. Price. Create our contact. Then we'll go ahead and add this contact into the actual workflow. And roll. All right, cool. So it's going to just run that. You can see, if we go back, that we just have to wait a minute for it to run the contact through here, and then it'll send the email. So we'll have this email pulled up here in just a moment. All right, so here you can see it's pulled in the countdown timer. It's set it for the future, where we set it for an evergreen date. It's going to tell me the actual date here where we merged it in, which looks great. And then we're just going to see the landing page here, where it can have the countdown timer as well. So that's the countdown timer. Really cool feature, really helpful. Works in a lot of different kinds of campaigns. Hope that helps.